Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge pendant called the Hibiscus Large, $1394.55. So let's get into the big details on this. Size is going to be the most important thing we're going to talk about first. And when we talk about the fixture body, we're really talking about the bottom of the fixture to the top of what's called the decoration, and that's going to be, the forged hibiscus part of this, not including the telescoping rods, which we're going to get into in just a second. So that part is 12.9 inches tall. It's 24 inches long, 18.6 inches wide. So it's kind of an oval if you were looking down on it. Oblong, I guess, right? So when we add in those adjustable ranges, we're going to have some different things to talk about. If you guys are familiar with Hubbardton Forge, they have a patent on this whole telescoping rod idea. Smaller rod is going to telescope into a bigger rod. Where they come together is called a clutch, and right there, you can barely see it, is a little friction sleeve hiding inside, and there's a screw right there. It's actually called a hex nut, and it comes with this little wrench, this little guy. It's going to tighten this up once you get this to where you want it to be, but before then, you're going to be able to go up and down with this. So it telescopes, and it's going to give you a range. There's going to be 3 different ranges available for this, and those are listed on our site on the page for this over on the right hand side where it says choose your adjustable range. Pull that menu down, and now we're talking about what's called overall height from the bottom of the fixture to the ceiling itself. So it encompasses all these different parts. The short is 20.6 to 26.7. The standard is 26.3 to 37.4, and the long is 37.2 to 58.8. This starts off at 20.6 inches long from the ceiling to the bottom of the fixture. That tells me it's short ceiling friendly, so it's an awesome fixture for people with lower ceilings, or if you have a soffit and you or hanging this off a beam, all kinds of installations like that. It's an awesome piece. Let's talk about a few other things here. And before we do that, go over back on our site on the page for this, hop over on the right hand side of the screen and just scroll down a little bit, and you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. Those are the install instructions that are going to be in the box for this. Beautiful technical drawings, full parts list. It's going to show you how this all works, how you put it together. It's going to show you the 5-inch round canopy and how that is going to go on your 4-inch junction box. This is what you guys have in your ceiling. It's going to show you the bracket setup in the back, all these great details. So open that up, check it out. It's also going to mention, or maybe it won't mention, but I'm going to mention it. This is slope ceiling adaptable to 45 degrees. So there's a knuckle right here, right at the top of this where the stem meets the canopy, and it bends like your finger. It's going to allow this to be slope ceiling adaptable just like that, and then it could be flat, and there you go, 45 degrees. So all good things. If you need this shorter than the short somehow, so if you need this to be shorter than 20.6 inches coming down, or you want this to be longer than 58.8, we do customs every day. So the best way to go about that, email me a customs quote, for a customs quote, and just say I'm looking at the Hibiscus Large, the $1394.55, and I need it to be X from the ceiling to the bottom of the fixture. So just give me a number. I take that information in that email and I shoot it over to the customs department at Hubbardton Forge, goes around in a circle, comes back to me, and I send it back to you as a quote. Adds a little time, adds a little money, but we do it every day and they are non-returnable, remember that. So, but it's like I said, a very easy way to do this. You might want to mock this up in cardboard. Just kind of take maybe a strip of cardboard that's like 13 inches tall and kind of go in like a oblong, I guess, right? And then just tape it, and you can always hang that by a string to get an idea of what this is going to be like over your table and how long it needs to be. However, since this is like, starting off at 20.6, I doubt many of you are even going to need customs because it's so friendly for short ceilings. So moving on from there, why don't we talk about lamping in this? It's going to be using a medium base porcelain socket, which is just a regular screw-in socket. We all grew up with this. And it's going to be able to take a lot of different types of bulbs, and let's talk about that now. For the max bulb you're going to be able to put into this for incandescent is going to be 100 watts, and that's because of the heat generated by that bulb. If you guys want to do fluorescence, feel free. I doubt you're going to do it because nobody is anymore. But you're probably going to want to do LEDs. So this is an LED. It's also not like all that pretty to look at. Actually, maybe not too bad. But there's all kinds of LEDs out in the market, and your only limit is going to be the size of the bulb, and A19 is the size of the bulb that goes into this. So these are all kind of either A19 or smaller, And there's, like I said, there's all kinds of different LEDs out in the world that you can use. Traditional ones, this one has like a diffuser built into it, and the pad is down in here. These are the phosphorus LEDs. They're pretty cool. So it's a dimmable fixture. You want to put it on a dimmer. Make sure you guys buy a dimmable LED in the color temperature that you like when you go in that direction, okay? Okay, so next thing, let's talk about finish. If you're on our site, on the page for this, look over on the left-hand side of your screen in the red tabs. There's going to be a Finishes Help Guide. Click on that for me. There's a video at the top. It's me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge translucent finishes mostly. And I'm going to be referencing a chart farther down on the page. So scoot down, find that chart. It's going to have a bunch of finishes on them. I'm going to be talking about that chart in the video up above. When you are done watching all of that, go back to the chart and you can click on any of those pictures, the dark smoke, burnished steel, you know, all those things, and a bigger window is going to pop up with samples of whatever you just clicked on, so you get more samples to look at. Very, very cool. So when you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we are the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No other dealer does that. Some larger items and custom things do not come back. We'll always tell you about that ahead of time. We also offer a rush program. Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to make things. That's how you get all these variables, all the adjustable ranges and all the finishes, made to order for the most part. We can cut that time in half. It's very inexpensive, so the best way to find out about that is to email me, sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, and I can answer those questions for you. Or you can call 802-446-2400. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and our email is 24 hours a day. There you go. Anytime you want to do it, you can do it. Our showroom in Vermont has over 350 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's On display page over on the left-hand side of your screen, so give that a good little click for me. It's going to show you what's here on any given day. We're always adding to that as well. So you can always drop a quick email if you want to know more information about what's here. We also have a clearance center, and clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's an amazing deal. You have to come here to use it. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. So I think we covered basically everything we need to cover. If you guys have any questions, let me know, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.